So this is the video on axioms of probability, and this part has been removed from the video of lecture 2, and I'm gonna explain it here. Okay, so let us just get into it. So first axiom of probability is non-negativity. Okay, what it says is that the probability of any outcome can never be less than zero. It can never be negative. Okay. Now, one way to think of it, one way to relate to it is the general formula for probability that we use. How do we find probability of any event? What we do is we say number of favorable outcomes upon total number of outcomes. This hashtag here can simply be said total number of outcomes. Sorry, it can be said total number. So here total number of outcomes. Okay, so this is the general formula of probability, right? Now, if you notice that this term in total number of comes both in the numerator and the denominator, okay, uh, and can the number of anything be negative? Can inside a box can there be negative things, negative number of things? They can never be, right? Inside a box, there can either it would be empty, either there will be zero number of things, or the number of things will be positive. Either there will be one thing, two things, three things, up to so on. They will be positive numbers now. The number of things would be positive. It can never be negative, right? So here the numerator, neither can the numerator be zero, then neither can the numerator be less than zero. It won't be, this condition won't ever happen, right? It can never be negative, neither the numerator, neither the denominator. So there is no chance of this probability to be zero. The least value it can take is sorry, there is no chance of this probability to be negative. The least value it can take is zero when the total number of favorable outcomes becomes zero. Okay, so this was the first axiom. Second axiom is additivity. Okay, I'll get into it in a while. First, let's study this normalization here. Okay, now what is normalization? Normalization says that sum of probabilities of all the outcomes, sum of probabilities of all the outcomes should be equal to zero. Okay, now let us make sense now of it using this formula here. Suppose I have now we just talked about the least value it can take, right? So let us say that what will be the probability of getting, so what will be the probability of any individual outcome here? So let me just consider it a upon total number of outcomes. Okay, total number of outcomes plus b upon total. Suppose there are three outcomes that are possible. So a upon 3 it will be, I'll just write in a better way. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that if I had to find probability of any individual outcome, it is just number of number of that outcome. It is one upon total number of outcomes, right? So if I have to find the probability of any single outcome, so it just becomes suppose there are three total number of outcomes, so it will become one by three, and then for a single a single outcome it will be one by three. And if I add them, because their total number of outcomes are three, right? So if I add them, what will I get? I'll get 3 by 3, which equals 1. So this is just a simple proof or example of normalization. And one way you can think is that when you add all the possible all the individual outcomes, they will simply equate total number of outcomes. So it will simply give us this ratio, this division will simply give, while adding all these individual probabilities, will always give us 1. Okay, then is the additivity here, which says that if events are disjoint, let us first get into this word disjoint here, right? So what does disjoint means? Suppose I have two sets here, right? Two sets here. Disjoint sets don't overlap, they exist by themselves here. They are not overlapping with one another. Whereas conjoint or overlapping sets, what happens is that they overlap in this way. So there is some region that is common to both of them, right? If it was say it is set A and it is set B. So this region here is common to set A and set B. So they are conjoined, they have some common outcomes here. If I consider them a sample space, if it is sample space A and sample space B, so this is the region that shows the common outcomes. So if this is the case, then they are not disjoint, they are not disjoint. Okay. Now but here, if they are independent of each other, they are not overlapping, so in this case they don't share a common outcome, so they are called, they this is A and B, they are called disjoint. Okay, they'll be called disjoint here. Okay. And if this is the case, then the probability of A union B, the probability of both A or the union of both sets is equal to the probability of A plus probability of B. Okay, now what one thing that I'm gonna go through an example, and one thing I'm gonna use there is something called I'm going to consider. Okay, let me just go through the example. You understand it better. Okay, there. So let me just go there.